Welcome, brothers and sisters. So, y'all see the title, and it's vital. Man, it's a shame. It's an utter and complete shame that we, as black men, do not understand. We do not get it. We do not see who our enemies are and who are against us. We do not see the infiltration. We do not see the people who have infiltrated our community. It all boils down to in the gender war. It all boils down to the traditional man versus the harlotry and government control. The traditional man. See, the values of the traditional man have been destroyed in an effort to push a big government. And this is, and they're using the harlotry of our women to push this agenda, this big government agenda. See, if you can remove the men, from the homes, then you will have a bunch of women who are unprotected. And of course, since women cannot defend themselves, they seek government control. They seek for the government to control the man so that she can feel protected, so that she can be protected. This is why they have systems of child support, no fault divorce, they even have, I forgot the term for it, but it's like when you've been living in a house with a person for over 7 years, I guess it's common law marriage. These are all attempts to control men. They're not about women. See, if it was up to, as a man, we like to set the rules over our own lives. We like to control the direction and set the pace of our own lives. But by allowing these women to become harlots, and understanding the male biology, they can control the man. They can control the man. They can give his resources over to a woman. Like, imagine you're a man and you work hard. Like, look at Jeff Bezos. So you're a man who works hard for 10, 15, 20 years, 30, 40 years, and in the blink of an eye, a woman can take half of everything you own. She does not have to do anything for this money. She doesn't have to, even if she didn't pop out no kids for you. You see these reckless ass alimony settlements and these child support settlements. This shit is just insane. You got men paying $50,000 in child support. I mean, what child eats $50,000 a month in food? That's the fattest kid I mean, you don't necessarily buy your children clothes every single month. You know, no kid runs through clothing like that. You know, I mean, no one's light bill is that damn high that they need to have $50,000 a month, you know, in child support. Even if you got, I mean, there are families surviving off of $400 a week paychecks. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a incredible lifestyle, but there are families that are surviving with that. I mean, it's atrocious, but there are families that have to survive with that. They have no other choice but to survive with that, off of that. So, what is with the $50,000, $100,000 alimony settlements and child support? See, it's all about control of the men. And because she is a harlot, because she is a wicked demon, I mean, this society benefits all around. Like I said in my previous videos, when you break up, you know, when you push the man out of the home, you boost the economy, because now that man is living in a separate house, paying a separate gas bill with a separate, you know, that's 2 gas bills, 2 light bills, 2 water bills, 2 rent or mortgage payments, you know, being paid, 2 separate sets of insurances for each house in some cases. But this is what this is how this society benefits. And men are being taxed double. Men are being taxed double because their revenue is being stripped from them through paying child support, and a lot of men, you know, they're paying, not only are they paying child support, but they're also paying you know, they're also buying other things like, you know, shoes and haircuts, and, you know, taking their kids out, you know, to eat or whatever, or taking them on vacations, on trips. So a lot of men are dishing out a lot of money, man. And this society benefits from it. The traditional man no longer runs his household. He has no control over his own house. He does not set the rules in his whole own household, because through the education system, these men are taught, or these children and these men are taught to follow the ways of this society. Whatever rules your father's trying to put in place, like they even got your children, they're teaching your children that they're not even the sex that they were born with. Your father doesn't have the right to define what your sex is. Only you do. And if your father calls you a boy because you have a penis, he's wrong. This is what they're teaching your children in school. You men have no authority in your own homes. And because you dealing with that damn harlot of a woman, she knows full well what's going on. She knows full well what's going on. She's like, yeah, I'm taking advantage. I'm voting Democrat. She's gonna take full advantage of anything that gives her an edge, even if it oppresses you men. If it gives her an advantage, she will use that to oppress you. And there's nothing you could do or say about it. Don't you dare do anything, and don't you dare say nothing. Because you're not in control. You do not make the rules. You do not make the laws. You do not set the standards. Now, if this woman cared anything about the Most High, or she cared about, even like I said, even when these women are getting with you in relationships, they're trying to play this role of they're trying to play this equality game. They're trying to play the equality game with you, like even if y'all are on equal footing, I still have a job. I still bring money into this house, so I still have a say in how this house is run. So what do you think is going to happen? I mean, who you think she's going to side with when it's time to set the rules in the household? Where do you think her morals come from? They come from the non-morals of this society. They come from the standards that she saw on BET or MTV or some weird crap she met, or some weird trope that she read on the internet. That's where her standards come from. So of course it's her job to make sure that you men are not in control of your own households. You do not rule in your house. You do not set the standards. Even when you're trying to set the standards and set the direction of where this family is going, she wants to have input. And she'll argue you down because, this is another reason why she made sure that she had a college degree. And you know what they teaching these women in these colleges: how to manipulate men, how to use psychological tactics. That's why most men can't even argue these women down. These women use psychological tactics to shut these men down and to control the household. I mean, you ever been with a woman and she did something where she knows she was totally and completely wrong for doing it, but then she turns around and plays the victim? She turns around and plays the victim until you feel guilty, and then you come back to the table and say, oh, well, it ain't that bad, baby. I just wanted to let you know, I didn't mean to make you feel bad. I didn't mean to curse you out. I didn't mean to go upside your damn head, with the truth. See, this is the psychological games that they play with men. When they know that they do things where they know that they're wrong and they're wicked, they ask for things that they know they don't deserve, and then they try to piss you off to the point where you damn near curse them out. Then they get to play victim, and then you turn around and give them exactly what they want, because you start feeling like you're wrong. You might have been a little bit too hard on the failure. You might have been a little bit too hard on her. You didn't have to curse her out like you did. But these are the games that they're going to play with you high value man. See, they're getting tired of playing these games with Ray and Pookie. They mastered their manipulation techniques with Ray and Pookie, and now they're looking for some high value men to try their bullshit on. The shit is not working with the white man, because you see these white dudes, they try to take that stupid shit over to the white community and get their asses chopped up and buried in somebody's backyard or field some damn where. So now they're looking for high value black men because they can still call the police on you if the psychological manipulation does not take, and you figure out exactly what she's been doing. When you dudes figure out how you've been played, and you're mad and upset, and you ready to, and she can see the anger. She always knows that she could call the police and say some black dude, some black man is, he ready to go upside my head. Y'all need to come over here and put him in his place. You men do not have any control over your own households, your own children. You can't tell your own children what to do. You cannot raise your children up in the way that they should go if you're going to be sending them to these public fool systems. They're not going to listen because they see all, like, why do you think your children comes home one day and says, "Oh, Daddy, I want some purple Crocs." Your son comes home, "I want some rainbow Crocs." And you said, "What? Why?" "Because all of my friends got rainbow Crocs, and I want rainbow Crocs too." And then you say no. The woman attacks you. The woman says, "Oh, you being mean to the son. Ain't nothing wrong with him having no rainbow colored Crocs, no purple Crocs, no pink Crocs. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You mean. You're a mean father. That's all it is. You being mean to your own son. That's toxic masculinity." See, that's what we mean when we say toxic masculinity. Your masculinity is too toxic. And if you try to check her, then she runs the same psychological games on you once again, until she can manipulate you into apologizing for things that you know are right. See, that was how you wanted to raise your family. But because she knows that the system is on her side, because she was taking all of those like in most of these colleges, there's a minor in psychology. And if you're a woman, they're gonna give you these woman studies courses, aka feminist brainwashing courses, where they teach you that the man is the enemy. They teach you that your man has always been that you are an oppressed class of people. They feed you a bunch of stories of women who were either fighting for oppression and got killed, or they use a lot of black women who were fighting for race. Fighting some racial issue, and they try to make it a gender issue. And then by the time her dumbass brainwash comes out of these schools, they get into a lot of, part of the brainwashing is a lot of sexual things too. Like they encourage them to join these different fraternities where they encourage them to have like hate sex with each other and with random men. It's called hate sex. A lot of it is hate sex because they're only doing it because they're trying to prove that a man has no control over them. So this is part of the female buck breaking process. They're out there, I am woman, hear me roar, and they use sexuality to do it. And we know the power of sexuality and of sex, of intercourse, in cementing ideas into a person's personality and into their mind. It's sort of like going through military training where they strip you of everything you once knew, and they shave your heads bald, and they feed you a new identity. They get you out there, they make you do a whole bunch of tedious tasks and tedious exercises, wake you up, shock therapy, where they wake you up and it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and they come in there with the drill sergeant coming there blowing this whistle, wake up, get up. The same thing can be achieved through sex. The same psychological brainwashing can be achieved through sex, and this usually through women because they're emotional, and all of those emotional centers. A lot of those emotional centers are up her vagina hole, literally. But you men, I hope you understand, man. You are not in control. You're not in control of your own life. You're not in control of your family. These women have put you out. I mean, the black, they meant to put, they meant this experiment for everybody, but they tried it out on the black community first to see how it worked. They said, what if we could put these people, all of these people, corral all of these people into one place and use this system. First, we're going to deny them resources so that in their desperation, it will make them do certain things. Like if you put a bunch of people in a desperate situation, then you offer them some crumbs. Y'all put, if y'all know what the term is for that, I forget it. I forgot what it's called, but put it in the comment section. But they, like I said, they put you in these situations, then they offer you a few crumbs, and if you starving, you're gonna grasp at anything that you can. You're gonna grasp at those crumbs, and you're going to eat it up. And then the person who fed you those crumbs, you're going to be indebted to them. There's a sales technique that, a lot of times when you go to a lot of these sales sites, they always offer you something for free, because it's our natural inclination to want to give our loyalty and repay anyone who gives us something for free. I mean, it's another psychological technique. So again, brothers, sisters, this is why the Most High set standards for us. And we must understand that this is not a game. This is not a game. This is not a choice. We don't have no choice in the matter. I mean, you got it. You got a choice, but in the next world, you're not gonna have a choice, man. But like I said, they meant this experiment for everyone, but they wanted to try it out on the black community to see how it would work. see if they could pull it off. And they did it. You know, that's why they call it the projects, because you dudes are in the midst of an open air experiment. You still like rats in a damn cage. And you know, this is what it is, man. This is what it is. You got to be able to understand where we are. And we got to understand that these harlots are out here, and that's what they want for you. These wicked demonic harlots, man. They hate the Most High. They hate his standards. You're not going to be able to save these people. You're not going to be able to throw up no high value man shit. I'm telling you, it's much deeper than most of us understand. It's not a matter of money. It's not a matter of you having money. Like I said, it is who they are. It is who they are. It's who they've been from the beginning of time, man. This is who they are. So if you are a man, the rules that the Most High set up are the only way to defeat that evil. Now, if they want to run and they want to be like the other nations, you shouldn't have anything to do with them. You shouldn't be playing games with them. You know, I know the propensity of men to state that not all the Nawalt female that they're, you know, this Nawalt female that they're you know, that part of them is always there. This is why true sisters are always in the scriptures. They're always in the scriptures because they know their own evil. They know their propensity to do evil. Just because it's not labeled evil in this society doesn't mean that it's not evil according to the scriptures. This is why they choose the dudes, the men that they choose. This is why I made that video a long time ago where I told you if she doesn't choose you, that's actually a good thing. Don't never get mad when a woman doesn't choose you. Don't get mad, you know. See, because two opposing spirits cannot stand in the same space. If your spirit is good and righteous, that woman is going to detect that righteous spirit. And if she's a wicked woman, she's not going to like you. She's attracted to other wicked spirits. And she chooses the men she chooses because she knows that they're easy to manipulate. It's not even a thing that she has to do. She has your number. She has your number before you ever walked up to her. She already had your number. And we tend to look at these men. We tend to look at men who are really hard on the women's. We tend to look at those men like, man, they do hard on the women's. I wish I could be like him. That's how you was meant to be. You know? Because those men understand her propensity to do wickedness. If you give her an inch, she will take a mile. If a woman ever attempts to play you, you need to get rid of her. I know, that's a hard thing to do for a lot of men because you care about her. But believe me, she doesn't care about you in the same way that you care about her. I'm not even sure if she's even capable of loving you. Not in the traditional sense of love. I mean, love between a man is only capable of having that kind of love for his woman. She's not capable of having that kind of love for you. She's the only kind of love that she's supposed to be giving you is honor and respect. You know, where she gives of herself, where she sees herself as a servant unto you. If she doesn't see herself as serving you, and if she is self-serving in any regard, you need to be very weary of her. She's out of line, and he's out of order. And she will be a problem in the future. You know, we tend to give a woman a lot of chances, when she when you first meet her, you sometimes you could fool yourself. You be like, well, you could overlook certain things that she'll do. She's a harlot. She's a harlot. That's what I'm saying. And we already know that most women are harlots. Most of these women are harlots, man. So if you find that a lot of these women are not, not coming to you, that's because it's very hard to find a woman with an upright spirit, with a righteous spirit, with a spirit of service, with a spirit of serving. You know, a lot of them fit into that role because they know that's their natural role, but it's only because they're trying to manipulate. You got to figure that out early. If you're gonna be dealing with these failures, you got to figure that out early. You got to nip everything in the bud. And what man has time to retrain a woman, especially when she been with dozens of random dudes? Those dudes have allowed her to get away with all kinds of wickedness. They've allowed her to get away with it. So in her mind, if she got away with it, then it's righteous. It's right. She got away with it. You mean to tell me that I got away with all of this shit with all of these other men, but when it comes to you, I'm not going to be able to do those things? She going to have a problem with that. This is why women ain't supposed to be sleeping with all of these dudes. They're only supposed to be sleeping with one man their entire life. You know, barring, death of the man. But it's just gonna be hard. And you're gonna see a lot of these dudes, if you don't have the right orientation, all of that high value man, get a bunch of money, attract a woman, you setting yourself up for complete and utter failure. You got to have the right mentality if you're going to be dealing with any woman, especially an American woman, because America is a harlot in itself that only seeks power. It seeks the subjugation of men, and it seeks power. This is why she functions. This is why she functions so well within this system, because she sees how it works. She sees how it can work to her benefit, and she's not going to give that shit up. Like I said, if you're going to uh if you're going to swirl in these other communities, you got to renounce your throne. If you black women, y'all going to go swirling, y'all got to renounce your throne. You can't take all of that harlotry into other communities, because they'll chop you up and bury you in a field somewhere. You trying to run game? They invented the game. that you trying to run. The manipulation that you're trying to use on them, they created it by trying to experiment or experimenting on us. So they see what you about. They see, I mean, it only a matter of time before they figure out what you're doing. This is why black women cannot function in these relationships with these other men. Keep talking that reckless crap, about swirling and all of that. When they start talking all of that I hate these Negroes and I would rather be a bisexual or a lesbian than be with one of these Negroes, I don't pay that no attention, because I know they're full of crap. I know that's smoke and mirrors. You're not going anywhere. You can't take that black queen. You see how they do. You see how Crystal and Karazin got them doing when they go to the white man. You see how, the black woman ain't used to doing all that. Eventually the real her. And you notice just, the high value man shit, that's just like the pink pill. It's the pink pill for men. But you gotta remember, you're not dealing with dolls, you're dealing with human beings, man. You dealing with people you dealing with a lot of wicked ass people, man. You dealing with people with all kinds of different agendas, all kinds of different goals, all kinds of different mentalities, all kinds of different agendas. And just because you are a high value man, that's not gonna stop them from trying to fulfill whatever wicked agenda that's in their heads. Whatever evil that they trying to fulfill, your money is not gonna stop them from doing that. That is who she is. That is how she thinks. That is how she was raised. That's how she was taught. That is how she was educated in these fool systems. So while you looking at the smile and you looking at that big booty, that girl is poison. That girl is poison. And you got much bigger fish to fry in this dirty, wicked system. On that note, I want to say peace. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you think. Get on the 5 steps and adopt the moral code.